Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, 3 episodes at a time, and we rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. You're going to get to see the full spectrum today. Because
the stars.
We saw some good... Not yet, no other spectrums. But it's...
I thought you meant like our energy or something. It was like, that's also true.
You'll get to see the full spectrum of our energy. You'll get to see the full spectrum of the rainbow. And you'll get to see the full spectrum of our rating system. Oh, a fresh aha. Drop a comment if you've had an aha. Oh, stop.
Aha!
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak, episode 84. Before we begin, thank you to our Patreon subscribers, Aiden Wable, Ripato1992, and Brian Kazmala. You guys are the coolest people in the world. It means
icons.
It means more than you'll ever know. And
We love you.
we do love you. We love you. Oh, dude, I wish you wouldn't do that. That's so gross. Starting off
Union of Rivals.
so very strong with Union of Rivals. I thought this episode was so good.
I almost gave it a 7.
I did. And it's because the conflict in this episode is really, really well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boo's like, oh, I'm going to have to give you family counseling because he's like trying to manipulate him into thinking that like his sons are like telling Boo that like they're disappointed in him. They don't really do much with this, but he's like, your sons are disappointed. You weren't there for them and you failed. And he kind of just like drops it.
It doesn't even make any sense though. Goku's, I mean, he's not the smartest person in the world, but Goku didn't choose to leave everybody. Like he did something that he thought would save the world.
Well, didn't he say that he could have killed Boo, his Super Saiyan 3, but he thought the next generation should take care of it?
Okay, that's fair. Maybe, well, I don't know. Anyway, I hate whenever they make jokes that like rely on knowledge from our world. I know we've talked about it before, but there was one in the last episode on last week's that we did not mention, but like I hope you have a claim to back up the insurance.
Yeah.
And I was
There's
like,
nothing like the ones that Frieza used to make.
yeah. And then he's like, Goku, you probably don't even know what insurance is. And it's like, he probably doesn't, because I don't even know if they have insurance in this world. They probably do. I mean, there's cars and stuff, but
Goku wouldn't know, I guess.
yeah, it's just weird to like when the show does this. And they did it again here with the family counseling thing.
Most importantly, we got to see a canon version of Mr. Satan
What are the names?
and Goku fusing. I think it's Satan-ku?
Satanku, Satanku?
Satanku? And
Go Satan, actually, is what I'm...
Gode.
Go Day. Go Day and Go Satan.
Yeah. I love seeing like
Yeah, that was fun.
different characters fused.
The Go Satan was something to behold.
Yeah. Gotan.
I'm surprised they didn't show him fusing with the dog, fusing with B.
Then he would have been a little doggy.
B Boku.
Do you like well, let's get there. Vegeta shows up. He's there. And he's like, I bet Boo will come to me. And then Goku instantly senses him. And he's like, oh, holy cow, that's Vegeta. So he instant transmissions to him. And Goku's really excited to see him. But Vegeta is a little more aggressive than usual. And it's a little weird at first. You're like, geez, I guess he's like really, really hates Goku again. Like, good golly.
When you revive people from the dead, they're not happy.
They're a little grumpy.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, there's more and more conflict between them. Goku's like, come on, we got to fuse. And Vegeta's like,
You son of a bitch. You did not tell me about your secret powers.
Yeah, so Vegeta feels incredibly humiliated and disrespected by the fact that Goku basically allowed him to win that fight. And of course, as warriors, that is incredibly disrespectful. I think he's kind of in the right here. Goku's kind of like, yeah, I guess I could have done that.
Yeah, but also, like, I don't know. Vegeta is missing the point. He would have lost either way.
but you're missing his point, which is
No,
that like
I get that he was disrespected, but like if I was Goku, I'd have been like, I would have whooped your ass either way. Drop it.
but Vegeta won the fight. More or less.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, I guess it is pretty for him. Okay, I see where Vegeta's coming from.
Like it comes back to his code.
The pride of
The
Saiyans.
Saiyan pride. So yeah, there's a huge conflict between them. I think it's actually really, really well done.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that conflict, I don't know how much of that dialogue is like where I didn't remember Goku saying anything about like, you always talk about our lost Saiyan race, but like now we're making a new race and we have family and people here and like, let's not lose them too. I don't really remember that being.
No,
It's been a few years since I've read through there, but I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about in the manga.
Yeah, like I don't remember, or even in the Japanese like sub.
It was kind of out of nowhere, but I still liked it because it's a good speech. Yeah, Goku's never been one to really care about like race.
Right, and I
Whereas
guess that
Vegeta does, like, you know.
which he is trying to appeal to Vegeta, but like I do wonder. I'm interested to what I would be interested to rewatch that episode with the subs and see what he says there and if it's something similar. Yeah, Vegeta is especially when he hears that Bulma. So it's interesting as well. Goku says that like all of our friends and family are dead, including Bulma, which really affects Vegeta. But he doesn't say dead. He says they can't even die because they're part of Buu, which they're really unclear here about like whether these characters are dead or not, because in the next couple episodes, granted, they may be filler segments. They probably are, but like we see, actually they are filler segments, period. But like, but then they depict all these characters like in Otherworld in one way or another. And so it's like, are they dead or not? Which all we have to go by really is what Goku says, but yeah, so there's a lot of conflict there between Vegeta refusing in the first place is not out of the ordinary, because he's the kind of person who doesn't want any help in the first place, and having an aversion to fusing is not surprising.
I'm surprised that Goku tried to like talk Vegeta into it. I definitely thought he was gonna just stick the earring on his ear, because like Goku had to have known Vegeta would never go for this. I mean, he does eventually, but
I know the voice acting was really good here too.
yeah.
And I wrote down, I kind of already said this to you, but like, I don't know. Why did they ever like attempt to take these characters out of the show? You know what I mean? Like, I get it, but like, God, seeing them on screen together again is just so, it like really, really reminds me of what we've been missing. Because they've shared, outside of their actual fight, they've shared very few moments in like the last 100 episodes.
They've really shared very few moments overall when you think about it.
Yeah, their relationship is, rarely shown.
It's always in like these super condensed bubbles where like emotions and tensions are super high, and then they don't see each other for 50 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time they meet, it's like two gods colliding.
But it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun to watch because they both have their own values, but at the end of the day, like there really isn't a choice. So like having to see Vegeta like accept that and then agree to fusing.
He tried, to Vegeta's credit, he tries to defeat Buu by himself, but it
I think this may be it doesn't go well. I think this may be the first time we've seen them fight together truly, like one enemy fighting them at the same time, Goku and Vegeta. I can't personally recall. Maybe
not Namek.
Not on Namek.
Not Cell.
Definitely not with Cell.
Oh, no, yeah, Cell was like one-on-ones.
Because Goku was sick.
Garlic Jr.?
When the androids showed up. Oh, yeah, true. Yep, you're right. Actually, I couldn't tell you. I don't even know if Goku's in the Garlic Jr.
I think Gohan is the hero of Garlic Jr.
That's great. Good.
Or maybe it's Krillin. I don't know.
Maybe it's Krillin dressed as Piccolo, but you think it's Piccolo at first, but then it turns out to be Krillin dressed as Piccolo.
That happens to me more often than you would think.
One is more often than you would ever think that would happen. So yeah, they're like running around. Buu catches up to them, and they're arguing, and they fight, and Vegeta's pride gets him murked once again. Yep, they work together.
He doesn't get a single hit in on Buu, according to Supreme Kai watching on the crystal ball.
Yeah. I do like the move that he did where he like shot a bunch of little blasts at Buu and it looked really weak at first, but then he brought them all together on him.
Or then like
Piccolo
does some
that.
of them like missing, or some of them that hit the earth, and it turns out each one was like a nuclear bomb, basically.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
Vegito eventually finally does give in. This whole episode is really beautiful, and also the conflict is done really well. I give it a 7. What'd you think?
I gave it a 6 out of 7. I liked it a lot. I think I did not like it. No, I liked it a lot. The reason I didn't give it a 7 was, I think if they, I don't know. Well, we'll get into the next episode. I don't know how I feel about Vegito design.
But we don't
what
see
this episode ends with.
We don't. Oh, we do see the design at the end of this episode.
But we don't hear them. Yeah,
he says all right.
Yeah.
He's like,
that's
all right.
If the reveal was like, if it landed for me 10 out of 10, this episode would get a 7 out of 7. But in my head, Vegito is a cooler design.
So I was gonna actually, let's go ahead. That's kind of like the next topic of conversation.
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, so strictly fit and rate the fit, rate the not form. Really, it's a new character if you think about it. So like, just tell me what you think.
I like that he has the Saiyan armor, gloves, and shoes.
Right. So that's
like that he has the orange gi of Goku, but I don't like the blue
being the predominant.
Yeah.
The blue and the orange switch.
Yeah, but the blue is a darker blue too. I guess more in line with Vegeta's, but I think it's even darker than Vegeta's.
You know what? I never realized why the blue becomes most of the outfit. It's because Vegeta has the blue jumpsuit on.
But I don't know if I think I wanted the orange to be the primary. But that's besides the point. I really do not like Vegito's such a strange name. Vegito's red dyed bangs.
So the reason his hair is like a little bit brownish red is because a lot of times Vegeta actually has like brownish reddish hair. Like it's mostly black, but there's a little bit of where Goku's is always solid black. It just sometimes Vegeta's in the show is almost always fully black, but like sometimes in promo art it's like a little brownish.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that checks out.
So anyway, I think they just kind of like took that, and you know, personality wise, as far as we can tell,
Vegeta's a little bit of like more Vegeta than Goku
by far.
Yeah.
And I don't know if at this point he had decided that like fusions are going to be really cocky, or Trunks is cocky, Vegeta's cocky, and that just really comes through with these characters.
Yeah, Vegeta's personality is more overpowering than Goku's, and Trunks' is more overpowering than
Goten's, right?
Goten's. So like, it checks out. But yeah, it's strange because you can hear both their voices. For me, I was mostly hearing Goku's voice. I was
mostly hearing Vegeta's.
That's funny. I had to like search for Vegeta's, and then I was like, okay, I can hear it in there now. And it's just strange hearing what's the voice actor for Goku?
Sean Schemmel.
Sean Schemmel say like these like particularly cocky, borderline like not evil but Vegeta lines.
Very ego.
Yeah. But it's fun, and the voice is not nearly bothersome as Gotenks.
No, it's not. It is funny though. It does bring light to the fact that like Kibito and Supreme Kai fused, and they only use Supreme Kai's voice acting, and there's no merging of personalities. No, it's Kibito, just Supreme Kai.
That's what I'm saying. Kibito is gone.
Like it is, he's gone
and no choice. It just happened. Poor guy.
Yeah, so I give that a 7. I loved that episode a lot. It's very, very entertaining to watch. What's funny is you and I had actually talked about the fact that back when we watched Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, I was like, so how do you think Vegeta would feel about the fact that Goku could go Super Saiyan 3 that whole time? And you were like, yeah, he'd be pissed. And here he is, pissed.
Yeah.
He was, indeed. So here's where things go awry.
Episode 269, Meet Vegito.
Meet Vegito.
Meet the Fockers.
First off, it's Vegito because Vegeta plus Kakarato, which is the Japanese version of Kakarot. Which is kind of interesting if you think about the fact that they like leaned into the Saiyan heritage to convince Vegeta to fuse. It's funny that they ended up going with the Kakarot version of the name. In the manga, in the Viz translation anyway, it's Vegirot, which is much worse.
That's terrible.
Horrible.
Why is it Vegirot? Oh,
Kakarot and Vegeta.
Weird. But Vegeta?
Because Vegito in English doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. I get it. I would. Well, I don't know if I'd connect those dots immediately. Vegeto or Veget. What is it? Vegetot?
Vegirot.
Vegirot. Veg is weird. Just the veg part. Vegeta. I love me some Vegeta.
So we get this is where things go right. This is Jesus Christ. This is the debut of the first time our main characters have ever fused, and it should be.
It should be another 7 out of 7.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It should be. But not only did these next two episodes, dude, not only did these next two episodes, not only did these next two episodes not look good, they weren't good. Period. Meet Vegito. I don't know. This one was the worst of the two. It really feels like filler, but I looked it up and it says it's not filler, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly filler. It's not
fine for me.
It's not filler because they do fight, but like a lot of this fight and so on is filler. Same with like the universe ripping in the next episode or whatever. That doesn't actually happen. I just don't think the action delivers. I don't think that the animation delivers. I think Vegito looks really stupid most of the time in this one. Sometimes his eyes are weird. Sometimes they draw him way too short. The hair wasn't looking right, which is a shame because design-wise, I do think he's a bit bland, but I do really like the two bangs. I think is really cool. And like his design's not a flop for me. I just think it could have been a lot more interesting. I agree. I don't like the primary blue outfit, the gi. This should be the best design in the entire show.
Yeah, I mean Goku and Vegeta fused. That should be
like it's such a big it's a really monumental thing happening.
It should be like the biggest. This should have been our Captain America picking up Mjolnir. Mignonne.
But we get like a lot of like blatant lack of budget things in this episode. For example, cutting to like a ghost version of Chi-Chi and Videl and Bulma looking for Gohan in like I guess Otherworld. We've never seen this version of Otherworld. It looks like hell from the other filler.
There's a part where Vegito is just like throwing punches and kicks to just check out their speed. Mm-hmm. Which they've done in the show before, but it's in the background and you're watching kind of from Boo's perspective. And usually when it's something in the background, the character's not going to have like the full detail of a face and stuff. Just it's like that stylistically. But this was like an actual stick figure of Vegito punching, and it looked really bad. And it made they had weird, like almost video game noises. It was like beep, 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 beep.
You know what's funny is I was actually going to ask you, I forgot to write it down. Did you think the ADR on last episode was weird? The Union of Rivals?
Like voices?
Yeah, like there were some times where like something was like just a little off. Not the actual voice acting, but the like just something. I don't really know.
The music was weird in that episode for me.
Maybe that was what it was.
There was a part where they cut in like 4 seconds, maybe 5. They did, or maybe it was the episode from last week, 267. I don't remember, but either in the last episode or the prior one, in like the span of 5 seconds, they went from the song that usually ends the episodes, or no, not the song, the theme song of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then they went to Super Saiyan 2 for Goku Super Saiyan 2 for like 2 seconds, and then they cut to Mr. Satan, so they went back to like the zany like just noises. And it was like very off-putting. I don't remember if that was the last episode or before that, but
also at the end of this episode, when Vegito becomes Super Vegito, they use the Super Saiyan 3 song, and then it like abruptly cuts off.
I thought he was going to Super Saiyan 3.
Because every time they've used that song, that's what it is.
And I was like, oh, this one's also going to come out of nowhere with no warning or build-up, just boom.
But no, it's just regular Super Saiyan. It's not even Super Saiyan 2.
No, just one. They were like hyping it up too. They're like, "Are you ready?" And he's like, "I think I'm ready." And they charge their arms up, and
which I'm fine with. I'm fine with keeping Super Saiyan 1 relevant, especially because this is a fused character that is exponentially stronger than the two individual characters. Like Super Saiyan 3, if even possible for this character, would be like beyond overkill. And we can go ahead and assume that since he's not, I don't know.
I mean, Vegeta hasn't Super Saiyan 3, so
Vegeta also has never done Super Saiyan 3 and has apparently has seen it because he saw Goku do it, I guess. But we don't even know if that's a possibility for him.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever see a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta?
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna happen in an instant.
And then he has the long hair. Do you think that the design of Super Saiyan 3 would fit Vegeta? Like versus Goku? Like I feel like it fits Goku because like Goku has a bang for one, and like I don't know if the Cro-Magnon brow would really fit Vegeta.
Yeah, it would be weird looking
because he has the Widow's Peak too.
Yeah. His forehead's much bigger. I mean, I guess the only 2 Super Saiyan 3s we've seen so far do have the long hair down to the floor. So I can't
that's a given. Like it's gonna have
Vegeta
long hair.
should go up, like his hair does, but the same length as Super Saiyan 3 hair, but up instead of down.
That would be a bit.
That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be, bro. this is like, it's funny because like these things that I bring up with you, I've read about and like joked about for years and years and years. But like, for example, like Super Saiyan 3 Raditz.
Oh my God. Yeah, he would be like Tangled. It'd be Rapunzel.
Yeah. Or Super Saiyan 3 Nappa. Like, what happens?
The mustache.
The stash,
just
bro.
keeps
The
growing.
stash, bro.
Oh,
So,
that'd be amazing.
yeah. So it's fun. It is funny that like, I don't know, the hair changing color is like the big thing when with like the Super Saiyan transformation, and like they have a bald Saiyan. I guess his mustache would turn golden.
They probably had not thought of the hair growing parts when they wrote.
Oh,
Nappa.
they had definitely not even considered Super Saiyan existing. Apparently, the only reason the hair is blonde is because it's when you're inking, like it's just less to ink.
Oh, it looks sick. It works.
They worked. He like accidentally stumbles upon quite a bit of genius throughout the series. I gave it a 2 out of 7. There's not much more to talk about here. I just, Vegito does have Vegeta's cockiness. But this episode falls really, really flat for me.
I gave it a 3 out of 7. Yeah.
Did I say I gave it a 2?
Yeah.
I gave it
Super Vegito. I thought it was going to be Super Saiyan 3, but it's just Super Vegito. And then they say, you can call us Super Vegito.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm glad it's not Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
Because then it would just be another person
No,
just
that's
having
coming.
Super Saiyan 3.
I definitely feel like that's coming.
We'll
Episode
see.
270. Rip a new universe. Rift apart. Ratchet and Clank, rip a fart.
We get to see Mr. Satan's foot and his dogs.
You got hobbit feet.
His toesies.
Lots of hairs on the top of his feet.
This episode's slightly better looking. I had high hopes at first, and then it kind of just like got worse and worse and worse. It looked pretty bad again.
I know you said in the beginning, you were
I
like,
know.
you can just immediately tell when an episode's going to be better animated. And then by the end, I was like, he hasn't said anything else.
Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, also, Satan and Dende looked perfect on model and looked high detail, which I'm assuming they gave those scenes to like whoever is better because they didn't have enough time to do the rest of it. And then the rest of it looks like trash. It's funny, man. I'm at the point where like looking at a character's eyes at any point in the episode, I can instantly, and I'm sure most people can instantly tell like it's off model and like the whole episode's going to look like shit because the face looks really flat. The nose is too pointy. The eyes look like too spaced out and they're just like blocky.
The last up in 269, Vegito's nose like was going this way.
Yeah, dude.
It was like not good.
We do get one good move from Vegito. He's fighting Boo. Boo's getting angrier and angrier. He's just messing with Boo this whole time. So it's not super fun to watch because you know that there's not really any. He's not really taking it seriously.
Yeah, it definitely feels very Vegeta heavy because I think Goku is Goku's not the type to really toy.
Yeah, I do think that Goku's the type to warm up towards his full strength. Vegeta is the type to where when he's winning, he like really wants the enemy to know it, and that we see that here. We get the Spirit Sword, which is a cool move that is exclusive to Vegito. He stabs Boo through the chest with like an energy sword. This is the first time in the series we've seen energy be like physical and solid. I think. No, that's not true. Gotenks does that a couple times in different ways, like the Boo Ball.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But still, it's cool. Changing up, I never have any problem with changing up like energy attacks to make them a little more interesting, which they're really good about in Super as well.
Yeah, all of these fusions should have their own like exclusive move as well.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at here. Like, what's so disappointing to me is there should be a lot more of like if you're gonna fuse your characters. It's something so goofy, but like could be so cool. If you're gonna do it, then lean into it. Like we need to be seeing combinations of like Big Bang Attack and Kamehameha, or Final Flash and Kamehameha, or exclusive moves like the Spirit Sword, or like lean into the fact that this is your two very different but also main characters like as one character. Yeah. I just feel like they don't do that nearly enough, and probably because there was a limited budget, probably because the animation wasn't. I mean, it's obviously not good in this episode.
They need better managers. These episodes should have gotten all the budget.
Right. It's so funny, like sometimes seeing which ones do and which ones don't.
It's seemingly random. Like you would think, oh, this is a huge moment coming up. This is going to be super highly animated, but there's a good chance it's not. And then sometimes you'll have an episode that's a 4 out of 7, but it's also like one of the best looking episodes.
Yeah, true. Luckily, all of the most important moments have been really, really well animated. even Super Saiyan 1, because like if you look back at that fight, there's a lot of horrible looking episodes on Namek.
Yeah.
But luckily that wasn't one of them. I gave it a 2 out of 7. Yeah. Oh yeah, he guzzles them. Oh, have you ever seen that Vegito? That shot of Vegito smiling? It's a meme, like on Twitter a lot.
Was it the one where he had his teeth showing, but there was no lines in the teeth, so it was just white?
Yeah, just white, and you see the earring, and it's like a close up on his mouth.
I don't think I've
That's
ever
on
seen
Twitter
it
a lot.
before, but I've seen it now.
Yeah.
Is it a meme or something, or just like?
Yeah, it's just kind of like something people use a lot in Twitter replies.
I gave this a 3 out of 7. The ending, Vegeta won't kill Boo. Why? The narrator's like setting that up as a thing. I don't know if it's anything mischievous. I think they're just worried about. I think Goku's worried about killing Boo because of the people inside.
That's a really great point.
I think you could just beat Boo up until each one defuses.
Yeah. So where do you think they're going with that? You think? I mean, like,
I think that's the struggle. Is like,
because
do you kill him because he's got Gohan and Piccolo and Gotenks inside, but Gotenks like defused.
So it's like, Goten and Trunks.
Are they just in him now?
Yeah. Okay. Just like anyone else.
Yeah. That's okay. Gotenks defuse because they're on a 30-minute limit.
Yes.
Boo does not have a limit.
Yes.
Theoretically. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And Vegito does not have a limit.
So they cannot wait him out, actually. Never mind.
No, there is no more waiting him out, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you get him out. You got to suck the souls out of him.
Because, like, if you remember with Cell, whenever he was really getting beat by Gohan Super Saiyan 2, he spit up the androids.
Yeah.
Or he spit up 18. So if you just do that again, like, you're just retreading Cell even more.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. But it feels like we're nearing the end of this fight.
Well, considering there's only 20 episodes left in the series.
But 20 episodes could be a lot. I think that the fight will end soon, though. It'd be strange if it didn't. Vegito has everything you need.
Goku versus Frieza is like 30 episodes.
Yeah, that's true. But they were like almost evenly matched.
It was like, yeah, I get what you're saying. It was like really, really gross in a good way. Whenever Boo flew into Vegito's mouth, and
and he was playing whack-a-mole with Boo's growths.
Yeah, that part was like the art was still bad, but it was like well animated in the sense that like it looked
horrific.
Yeah,
watching a giant bulb go from like your back to your kneecap. Ugh.
Yeah, gross, and he's punching it. It's like a grosser bubblegum version of the Scarab Beetles from The Mummy.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I've seen Rachel Weisz in person.
Fun fact: I have not.
It was in New York City. She was with Daniel Craig.
Her husband, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good looking.
I have a video of it. This lady was like, "Daniel, we love you, Daniel." He was coming out of his whatever Broadway show he was doing at the time last year.
I believe it was 007.
It's actually Double Ding Dong 7, and it's an adult show.
A cabaret.
Yeah.
A Moulin Rouge.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to end it.
Okay, we can just sit here if you want.
No, it's just like I don't know. What like? Do you think it's just Super Vegito versus Super Boo? Like that's it?
Yeah,
that's what we get.
Yeah,
so you think the final arc?
There's nothing else. There's no one else, and there's nothing else.
Yeah,
it has to be.
I know they've pulled out all the stops at this point. You think there's not going to be like a final Boo form or like a final, I don't know, Vegito something?
Unless Boo sucks up Vegito. I don't know.
Then Tien will truly defeat him once and for all.
I would love the show if it did that.
I wish, man.
That would be amazing if they decide that Tien wins it all.
Yeah.
Show us that the humans will conquer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. 20 episodes left. Pretty crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Dragon Ball Speak episode 84. Thank you for God damn it. Thank you for watching, and catch us next. Watch us next week.